As the soft glow of dawn stretches across the horizon, the world awakens with a quiet promise. The golden light filters through the trees, painting the landscape with warmth, while the gentle song of birds rises to greet the day. Somewhere, on a small wooden porch, a figure sits wrapped in a cozy blanket, their hands cradling a warm cup of tea. Their face, touched by the soft morning light, reflects the weight of life's trials, moments of doubt, weariness, and longing. Yet in this stillness, something stirs. A whisper, not heard with the ears but felt deep within the heart, breaks through the silence. You are not forgotten. The whisper grows, as if the very breath of God moves through the wind, carrying a message of hope and renewal. My child, the voice seems to say, I see you. I see the weight you carry, the questions you've held onto in the quiet of the night. I know the moments when tears stained your cheeks and you wondered if anyone truly cared. Hear me now. I am with you. I have always been with you, through every storm and every shadow. Just as this sunrise graces the earth with light, so too will I bring light into your life. Today is not just another day. It is a new beginning, a chance to step forward in faith. The figure looks up, their gaze following a path that winds through a sunlit forest ahead. The rays of light dance across the trail, as if illuminating the way forward. The voice continues, steady and sure. This path is yours to walk, but you are not walking it alone. I go before you, smoothing the rough places and guiding you through the unknown. Trust me, for what lies ahead is far greater than what you leave behind. Today I am calling you to listen, to let me speak to your heart, and to prepare for the blessings that are already on their way. With a deep breath, the figure rises, feeling the stirrings of hope and strength once thought lost. The day has begun, not with despair, but with the quiet assurance that they are deeply loved and never alone. Life has a way of weighing us down, doesn't it? The burdens we carry often go unseen by others, but feel impossibly heavy to us. Perhaps it's the financial strain that keeps you up at night, the health challenges that make each day a battle, or the deep ache of loneliness that seems to echo in your heart. Maybe it's the worry for your children and grandchildren, the choices they're making, or the challenges they face in a world that feels increasingly uncertain. These burdens, though invisible to most, press heavily on your shoulders, leaving you wondering if anyone truly sees the struggles you endure. Yet even in those moments of quiet despair, there is one who does see. I know your pain, God whispers into the depths of your soul. I see the weariness in your spirit, the tears you try to hide, and the prayers you've whispered when no one else was listening. I have not turned away from you. I have not forgotten you. These words, tender and filled with love, remind us that we were never meant to carry these burdens alone. God's voice continues, steady and reassuring. Give them to me, child. The worries that keep you awake, the questions you can't answer, the pain that feels too great to bear, place them in my hands. My shoulders are strong enough to bear them all, and my heart is big enough to carry you through. It is not a promise that life will suddenly become easy or that challenges will vanish, but a reminder that you don't have to walk this road by yourself. Imagine the relief of letting go, of setting down the heavy bags you've been carrying for years. Imagine the peace that could fill the spaces where worry and fear once lived. As God speaks to your heart, a lightness begins to replace the heaviness, and you realize that you are deeply loved, fully seen, and held by the one who has never left your side. Today is a chance to hand over those burdens and step into the freedom and rest that God has always desired for you. In the quiet moments when you feel the weight of life pressing hardest against you, God speaks gently to your heart. I see your struggle, my child, but I also see the beauty that lies ahead. You are not forgotten, and your story is far from over. These words carry a profound promise, one of renewal, restoration, and hope. Here's a note from the author of a number of books about the neurovascular system in the brain, Philip Ross. Life's challenges can leave us feeling depleted, like a tree in winter stripped of its leaves, unsure if spring will ever come. But God reminds us that just as the seasons change, so too does our journey. I am making all things new, he says. The trials you face today are not the end. They are the soil in which your strength and faith will grow. His promise is not empty. It's rooted in love, faithfulness, and an unshakable commitment to your well-being. Think of the sunrise after a long, dark night. Just as the light slowly spreads across the horizon, filling the world with warmth and color, God's renewal begins in your soul, illumining the places that feel shadowed by despair. He whispers, "You will bloom again." The scars you carry will tell a story of triumph, not defeat. The dreams you thought were lost will be restored in ways greater than you can imagine. God doesn't simply renew what was broken, He transforms it. The challenges you've faced, the tears, the fears, the uncertainties, become the foundation for something stronger, something unshakable. I will take your pain, He says, and turn it into purpose. I will use your story to bring light to others, and through it, you will see how deeply I have always been working for your good. This promise of renewal is not just for someday in the future, it begins here and now. As you trust in God's plan, you'll begin to notice His hand in the smallest details. A conversation that brings unexpected encouragement, a door that opens when you thought all paths were closed, or a peace that washes over you when you least expect it. These are not coincidences, they are the first buds of spring, the early signs of the new life God is growing in you. Take heart, dear one, and hold on to His promise. Renewal is not only possible, it is certain. The same God who breathes life into the earth with every sunrise is breathing new hope and strength into your soul. This is the beginning of something beautiful, a season where what was once lost will be restored, and what was once broken will be made whole. Trust in Him, for He is faithful, and His promise is everlasting. Faith is a gift, but it is also a choice, a powerful decision to believe in what you cannot yet see, and to trust in the One who holds all things in His hands. In your most trying moments, when doubt whispers that you are alone and hope seems distant, faith becomes the anchor that steadies your soul. God speaks to you in these moments. My child, faith is not about the absence of struggle. It is about trusting that I am with you in the midst of it. Even when the waves rise high and the wind howls around you, know that I am the steady rock beneath your feet. Faith doesn't deny the existence of storms. It declares that the storms will not overcome you. It is through faith that you tap into a strength greater than your own. Think of the stories of old. The woman who reached out to touch Jesus' robe, believing it was enough to heal her. The blind man who cried out despite the crowd's rebuke, knowing Jesus would hear him. Or the apostles who stepped forward, uncertain and afraid, but filled with the conviction that they were called to greater things. Each act of faith opened the door for miracles, and each step taken in trust allowed God's power to be revealed. God reminds you that this same faith resides in you. It may feel small, like a mustard seed, but even the tiniest seed can grow into a mighty tree when planted in the fertile soil of trust. Do not despise the size of your faith, He says. Bring it to me, no matter how fragile it feels, and watch what I can do through you. Faith transforms your perspective. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, you begin to see them as opportunities for God to show His strength. Instead of focusing on what is lacking, you start to see the abundance of His provision. With faith, you can face uncertainty, not with fear, but with confidence that His plans are good and His timing is perfect. But faith is not just about believing, it is about acting on that belief. When you step forward in faith, whether it's by forgiving someone who hurt you, taking a leap toward a new opportunity, or simply surrendering your worries to God, you are aligning yourself with His divine purpose, and in that alignment, you find peace, strength, and unshakable joy. God's voice echoes in your heart, "My child, I am proud of your faith. Even when it wavers, even when it feels weak, I see your effort to trust in me. Keep holding on, for I will not let you fall." Your faith is not in vain, and I am working in ways you cannot yet see. Stand firm, because through your faith, mountains will move, doors will open, and blessings will pour out. Faith is your lifeline to the divine, your bridge to the impossible. With it, you are never truly alone, and no challenge is too great. Trust in the power of your faith, and you will discover that it is not just a tool for survival. It is the key to thriving in the life God has planned for you. Narration: imagine a day when the weight you've been carrying is lifted, and the clouds of uncertainty finally give way to the warmth of the sun. This is not just a dream, it's a promise from God Himself. He sees every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, and every whispered prayer. And He assures you, "My child, I have not forgotten you. I have been working behind the scenes, preparing blessings beyond what you can imagine." Blessings come in many forms, and they often arrive when you least expect them. God's timing is perfect, and He is never late. The doors that once seemed closed will swing open at just the right moment. That promotion you've been waiting for, the reconciliation you've longed for with a loved one, the health breakthrough you've prayed over, all of it is being orchestrated in His divine plan. But blessings are not just about material or tangible things. God's greatest blessings often touch the deepest parts of your soul. He gives you peace that surpasses all understanding, joy that endures even in the midst of trials, and love that fills every empty corner of your heart. These blessings are not fleeting, they are eternal, rooted in His unwavering commitment to your well-being. God says to you, "Prepare your heart for what is to come. Do not let fear or doubt keep you from receiving what I have in store for you. The blessings I pour into your life are not just for your benefit, but to overflow into the lives of others. I am equipping you to be a light in dark places, a source of hope for those who feel forgotten, and a reflection of my love in a world that so desperately needs it." As you walk forward in faith, remember that God's blessings often come with a purpose. He uses them to teach you, shape you, and draw you closer to Him. They are not just rewards, they are tools for the journey ahead. When you receive them, remember to give thanks and to share the abundance with those around you. Whether it's offering encouragement, providing for someone in need, or simply showing kindness, your blessings have the power to multiply when shared. Even now, God is planting seeds of new beginnings in your life. He is bringing people into your path who will uplift and support you, creating opportunities that align with the unique purpose He has for you, and laying the groundwork for dreams that are bigger than you ever dared to imagine. He is preparing to turn your trials into triumphs and your waiting into rejoicing. So lift your head and look ahead with hope. The blessings to come are not a distant promise. They are on the horizon, ready to transform your life in ways that will leave you in awe. Trust in His plan, keep your heart open, and know that the best is yet to come. God is faithful, and His blessings are abundant. All you need to do is believe and step forward to receive them. Beloved, now is the time to rise. The promises and blessings of God are not passive gifts. They call for active faith and steadfast action. The Lord speaks to you today. "I have equipped you with all you need to step into the fullness of my plans. Do not wait for perfect conditions, for I have already paved the way ahead." This call is deeply personal. It is an invitation to align your heart and your life with His purpose. The challenges you've faced have not been in vain. They've prepared you to be a vessel of His light in the world. Think of the times you've overcome, the battles you've fought, and the resilience you've discovered within yourself. Those moments were not just for survival, they were shaping you for significance. God is asking you to act boldly, to trust His guidance even when the path seems uncertain. What does this look like? It might mean reaching out to someone who needs encouragement, stepping into a new opportunity with faith, or even letting go of the things that no longer serve His purpose for your life. He calls you to deepen your prayer life, to engage with His Word, and to listen closely for His direction. But this call to action isn't just about external movements. It's about an inner transformation, renewing your mind, aligning your thoughts with His truth, and letting go of fear, doubt, and hesitation. God wants you to know that every step you take in obedience is a step toward the extraordinary. He promises, when you take the first step, I will meet you there. When you open the door, I will fill the room with my presence. Take this moment to reflect on the unique talents and gifts He has placed within you. They are not accidental, they are intentional, designed to fulfill a purpose only you can accomplish. Do not underestimate what you can do when you walk hand in hand with the Lord. He is not just calling you to take action for yourself, but to be a beacon for others, to inspire, uplift, and point them toward the love and hope that only He can provide. The Lord says, do not delay. The time is now. Stand firm in your faith, gird yourself with courage, and walk forward in the confidence that I am with you. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, is a step closer to the fulfillment of the promises I have made to you. So, beloved, hear His call. Let His voice stir within you a boldness to move forward. Let His Spirit guide your steps and give you the strength to rise. The time has come to put your faith into action and trust that as you do, He will lead you to the victories He has already prepared. Today is the day to say yes to His call and to step into the life of abundance and purpose He has designed for you. As the words of this message draw to a close, hear this final encouragement. The time is now. The Lord, your Creator, is calling you to stand firm, to rise above the doubts and fears that have tried to hold you back. You are not here by accident. Every tear you've shed, every challenge you've endured, has brought you to this pivotal moment. God's plans for you are unfolding, and He is inviting you to step forward with faith. You may feel unworthy, unprepared, or even weary from the battles you've faced. But listen closely. God doesn't call the perfect. He perfects the called. He is your strength when you are weak, your wisdom when you are unsure, and your peace in the storms of life. His promises are not just for others, they are for you. He has seen your struggles, heard your prayers, and He is answering with abundant blessings that will exceed anything you've imagined. This is your time to declare, yes, Lord, I will follow. Commit to living a life that reflects His light, a life that brings hope to others and glorifies His name. Be a vessel of love, a testimony of His grace, and a witness to His faithfulness. Whether it's through small acts of kindness, prayers whispered in the quiet of the night, or bold steps into new opportunities, let your life be a living example of His goodness. Take this moment to surrender fully to His will. Trust that He is working all things for your good. Know that every delay, every hardship, has been a part of His divine preparation for the blessings to come. The Lord says, I am with you always. Do not be afraid. Walk in confidence, for I have paved the way ahead of you. So rise, beloved. The doors are opening, the blessings are near. Step forward with the assurance that God is guiding you every step of the way. This is your moment to embrace the fullness of His promises and to live the abundant life He has prepared for you. Your journey continues, but you are not alone. He walks beside you, before you, and within you. Trust Him and move forward with courage, faith, and joy. The best is yet to come.